guess what? I finally am streaming again. Huge. Finally, as if it wasn't a day ago, because I streamed myself driving home for a small portion of time, which was in hindsight not my best decision. I didn't crash or anything, but um, streaming while driving is probably not the best idea. Let's just say that. Let's just say that. I admit it. I know. All right. Don't need a scolding for it. But anyway, yeah. Anyway, the plane is Minecraft. Okay. Holy shit. That's a new website. Damn. It's a shame. It's a shame. But anyway, um, it's supposed to be a new Minecraft update. I don't know if this is if it's a part of the current Minecraft that I have. I don't know. We'll find out, won't we? I just opened Spotify. God damn it. It's gonna cause everything to lag. Oh fuck. If it's lagging on my computer, it's gotta be lagging on the stream. No way, no way, no way. Oh, okay. Are we good? Holy. Literally every single time. I want to, hold on. I want to mess around and make a new creative world. See if the sulfur stuff is added. I kind of want to see that low key. Oh, this is a lot to get used to again. Oh, it's not. W weather app. Huh. Okay. So I wonder. We are so back. We are so back. Hello, Sammy. How are you? Made some semi decent progress on the bougie villager thing. You're painting a bunny? That's cute. You gotta send me a picture of it when it's done, please. Um, so, 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 uh, yeah, we bought something from him. That means he shouldn't despawn. What the fuck? Oh my god, bruh. The living conditions were not that bad, bro. That's insane. Was it these guys? There's no way. Shit doesn't happen while I'm not here. Oh my god, that's so annoying. Anyway, I guess we'll just redo all of that. That's fine. That's fine. We know what to do. We know the formula. Anyway, hold on. Give me half a second, and I will check what you sent me. That kind of irks me. They totally assassinated him, didn't they? Oh my god. That's so insane. All right. That's wild. Oh my god. All right. Hold on. Oh my god, I love it. Dude, like you're no, shut up. You're like so good at it. Like no glaze. No glaze. Oh my god, dude. When we paint these fucking mason jars, I'm gonna look like a 5-year-old compared to you. I, oh my lord. That shit looks beautiful already. Oh my. Why do I have so many cooked pork chops? Well, you have to consider that I might be bad with any of them, any and all, perchance. Uh, I have some ideas though. I don't know if I want to stick to one or do like multiple, but we'll see. We'll see. I wanna. Are we gonna kind of do a thing where we don't tell each other until we're done, or is it going to be a once we start we tell each other what we're doing? Because I do want to. I want to make this, of course, as presentable as possible. But I just, once we start, sounds good. Sounds good. Sounds good. But, um, but yeah, no. What was I saying? Or what was I thinking? Yeah, no. I've got ideas. I've got ideas. I just, oh my god. Like, can I have a concrete thought and also remember what I'm doing? The answer is apparently no. Um. Anyway. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Um. Okay, if I do end up building it, Sammy, that flower thing that you sent me last night, that would have to go here, right? It would have to go between the BBG and the Sammy biome, you know, the U biome. It would have to be. But um but anyway. Yeah, so let me think here. But yeah, work was simple, quite simple, but also super duper boring. Strawberries in the morning, you saw that part. Unfortunately, we'll probably pick once again this week and then be done, which is, in all honesty, kind of a good thing because you saw how it would mess with my preferences on strawberries in terms of just you know liking them in general when considering picking them. But it will not. It certainly will not affect anything once it's done, and that'll be the last time that I pick strawberries probably ever until I'm like 80 and grow my own. which would be a crazy day. But yeah, so about the Margs, we can like I've said, and this is completely true. I talked to my dad about it, and he completely agreed. Any fruit is like able to be subbed, like any and all fruit. So we can literally go to the store and just buy a shitload of different fruits and then just try them out if you want to, of course. I mean, it sounds like fun to me, and we can try a bunch of things. But hello, can we go down the fucking mountain, please? Perfect. Oh my god. But yeah, also, at the same time, everything can be changed for preference. My dad likes the agave syrup because it makes a lot of things sweeter. It's basically, I mean, just as it sounds, a sweetener syrup. And that can be changed. If you would prefer your drinks to be sweeter, we would probably add more of that. But it literally like, I mean, you already know this. I'm no bartender. So, whoa, okay, nearly died there. I'm no bartender, so we can figure it out as we go, brother. And I think that's what makes it more fun. I think it makes it more fun that we are just experimenting. You know? There you go. Team effort. Yes, that's what I think. As with cooking as well. If you're still down, we could try your way of making chicken as well. Um, if not, we can just make it my way as well. Literally does not matter. Seriously. But um but anyway, should be good, I think. I think at least. Man, I think so. I think so. It'll be so much fun. And we'll find ways to fill the day. Until then, you're still down for Obsession, aren't you? I'm kind of low key excited. I know the movie's weird, and I've seen clips of it, but I still don't fully know everything that's going on, and I'm excited. Okay, good. I am I am a bit scared to watch it in a theater, but the fact that you'll be there will make it 20 billion times better. I'm sure of it. Okay, what is bro looking at? He's obsessed with the BBG. Look at him. Oh my god, I know. It's so great, isn't it? Okay. he just he just like you for real. Oh man. Oh, oh, that's no, honey, no, that's not. That's no, that's not what you're doing. You're not being a fisherman. This is your calling, sir. This is gonna be so annoying to do. Okay. Okay. Amazing. I'm surprised I was able to pick all that up. What the fuck? Wait, hold on, shaders. Don't like the stream, don't like the stream, don't like the stream. Please, 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 please. Oh, okay, it's dark. So this won't look as pretty. Ooh, everything looks so ominous. Oh god. I need more lamps in the BBG. That is what this is telling me right now. There needs to be more ambiance at night with the BBG. 100 billion%. W call out by me. That looks beautiful though. That kind of angle. Wow, pretty. No shot. Okay. But let's see what else. Excuse me. This is so unnecessary, guys. guys, are we dead ass? Are we dead ass right now? Oh my lord. Crazy. Oh my god. Cinema. How many like I wish that I had like a fan base where people would just like count every time that I talk about a certain topic. Like not in a weird way, but I wonder how many times I have said your name. Especially when you're not here. I wonder what the counter would be if somebody counted up every time that I mentioned you as if you would see it later because you're not in here now or something like that. The count would be high. I am certain of it. But yeah. Or like every time that I look at something pretty in Minecraft and go, "Oh my god, it's so beautiful," or "Oh my god, cinema." Yeah, everybody would just call themselves you. But there is only one you. So Are you what the fuck was that? What in the fuck? Okay, alright. Alright. I get it, Gabe. Yeah. But no. If chat started calling themselves Sammy, we'd have to have a word. Me and the chat in the hypothetical that I'm famous would have to have a word. Be like, sorry y'all. That's off limits, low key. If y'all don't look like the bottom left corner right now, you cannot call yourself Sammy. Just saying. And for there can only be one, truly. Exactly. With the nails, with the painted nails. Yep. Okay, it's a bit dark and dreary in here, but I'm sure you'll love it. Please don't hit him. Okay. Get on in there. Thank you. All right. We're going to do this, and you're not going to be weird. Okay? Shit. Okay. Nope, you're being weird. You're being weird. If you don't give me mending very quickly, I'm going to be pissed. I wonder why he despawned. He has a fucking bed and everything. Makes no sense. And we bought something from him too, I'm pretty sure. Whatever. It doesn't matter. We'll get it back. This is where my coping mechanism comes in. Can you tell? Is it that obvious? Everything's fine. Stop it. Stop it. I'm not that readable. Oh my god. Okay. So in a completely non super sad traumatic sounding way, because I don't want it to come off as this, because I fixed it almost instantly. And you know, I'm low key proud of myself at how well I fixed it. Okay? Um so my mom came home from her little sister's weekend, right? Sharpness 5. Wow. Okay. She came home from her sister's weekend, and this includes my, as you know, my mother and her three nieces, or my mother, her three sisters, and her three nieces. One thing that my dad and I kind of hoped would happen, but uh, partially were like, well, maybe it won't go well, was that she was kind of overestimating how not fun of a time it would be. Like she was going into it with a really negative kind of mindset, and we were like, "No, I'm sure it'll be fine." I mean, they always figure it out. You know, so we were like, just try to have fun with it. I don't know what could go wrong. And so yeah, we a occurrence that I am not completely ashamed to admit that my dad and I are quite used to sometimes is that my mom comes home from work. We greet her in a very positive tone, and she will like reply or acknowledge in the most like low effort, I don't want to be here kind of way, right? And here is something that I will say that that sounds really really bad on paper, okay? But I mean it in the best way possible. Kind of. Like I don't know how to say this and it not sound really bad. But my dad is too much of a diva to deal with my mom during that like time, if that makes sense. Like he like doesn't understand that you kind of just have to talk her into venting, and then she will instantly get better. But my dad will, like, this is exactly what happened. I'll walk you through it. I assume you're still here. Um, she comes home, and we go out to the garage because we had left the golf clubs kind of in the middle of the garage while we were. Yeah. Okay. Cool. When we went out to golf, we didn't put the clubs away or anything, but they were still like in her stall, and we were like, oh, we should probably go out there and move them. Whatever. Doesn't. I mean, that I'm just giving you the full story just so that you know. Whatever. And we get out there. My dad kind of does a little, you know, greeting, but also like, hey, sorry, we were in a joking tone. He was like, hey, sorry, we meant to move those. Sorry, they were in your way. And she went, mm-hmm. And then, like, okay, I'm gonna approach this in the most positive, most mentally informed way possible. That acknowledgement set off like every single alarm bell in my nervous system ever. And I was like, I know exactly what is happening right now because it happens way too much. Okay? And uh and I just kind of like decided within myself like okay. So I get that sense from her that she was acknowledging us or just acknowledging existing not that it makes it sound like that makes it sound like she's like depressed, but she's just like in a really bad mood, and not even being around us fixes it, at least in that moment. Okay, that's what I've noticed. Okay, and um the and so I look at my dad. Okay, he realizes this as well because they are married, of course. He at least knows these um patterns, or whatever you would call it, but instead of taking a um like a tone or approach of like, okay, well, we need to be a little bit cautious. Sounds like the wrong word, because I to me it sounds like the wrong word, because she's not like on the verge of exploding or anything like that. She's just in a bad mood, and we need to try to get her out of it, right? Instead of having this mindset, my dad kind of does this little fucking kind of bullshit, this like diva-esque ass thing, and goes back into the house, sits on the couch, and watches TV. This is what I would probably describe as a learned trauma response. I'm not like okay. I'm gonna describe it as that. It is. We've talked about this. I don't have to like dance around those words because I mean we both get those things. But like my learned response for that exact scenario is to either play the jester for as long as it takes for her to, you know, not talk in the tone that I am currently talking about, or like cautiously ask her questions until she actually starts talking about what she needs to talk about. Because the thing about when she does that is that she is the kind of person that instead of voicing her concerns or her like what's bothering her, she will just like simmer. She or not simmer. She will just like boil like a tea kettle, and then she just kind of sits there and lets herself boil and won't let anybody try to help her out of that. And sorry that I'm dumping all of my family's problems on you. You know, you were going to learn it eventually. Probably didn't expect to be learning this while I'm rolling a, a villager enchantment book thing. But anyway, like that is like I think what has taught me so early. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. That is like what I think taught me so early how to treat people in a really bad mood, at least my mother, because anymore dealing with other people in a bad mood is like easy mode, and dealing with my mother is like, the way I see it, is like extreme hard mode, and I was thrown into that from like day one. The day I figured out how to, process social scenarios, I was thrown into that, and I was kind of just like, okay, well, how do I fix it? Try to make her smile at least a little bit, you know, and and that was the deal that my me from forever ago to me now still does. I will like crack the stupidest sounding fucking jokes over and over again, or just like I'm literally gesturing. I will make fun of myself. I will do whatever to try to up the morale of the room, because okay, there's another thing. Okay, also, my mom is a great woman. She just has her moments. Okay, I don't want to make you like scared of her or anything like that, but whatever. I think also living with her and with her tendencies is also one of the number one reasons that I can read a room so well, just purely based on vibes, is because of her. Because sometimes I will literally come home from school or come home from hockey practice and feel the mood being off before anybody says a single word. I'll just be like, "Uh-oh, something isn't right." And then I'll come home and mom and dad aren't exactly talking on the couch, and I come home and nobody greets me saying like, "How was practice?" or whatever, you know. And and then I'll just be like, "Okay, so I have to go into jester mode essentially. Not necessarily jester mode, but more of like rapidly fix mode, if that makes any kind of sense." And I don't love yeah. No. No, yeah. We are the same guy. We just the deeper we go, the be the path. Exactly. Yep. And yeah, the deeper into how we both think in a general sense, the more we are the same guy. I can't lie. But but yeah, no, and it's like yes, do whatever to make yes, like literally exactly, same guy. Holy fuck. And that is I think like maybe this is like uh way too big of an estimated projection, but that maybe possibly is the reason why I was so um why I like made myself such a doormat, because I was trying to make everybody else so like make everybody feel better. Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, totally. It is I think it is certainly why I am so observant. I mean, yeah, cuz yeah, okay. Yeah. So, hold on, wait. No, nobody's crying here, nobody's doing whatever, but genuinely, stream delay is very small. Good. I'm glad. Awesome. I also, yeah, I think to put a slight pause, I think you can just or you can like refresh anytime and hopefully it's semi decent. I don't know if you've been trying that. I guess I don't. I have no idea. But if the delay is really bad, refresh it and then hopefully maybe it would fix it. I don't know. That's not sure, to be honest with you. But yeah, give that a shot. I mean, just sometime. But right now it's fine. Oh, so so the second that I uh tabbed out of Minecraft, the game crashed. So we'll stay here for a little bit. But I okay. Let me not because let me not go completely hyper mentally crazy right now, but like or therapy mentally crazy, but like I think that is what shaped me into initially being the type of person that is an anxious attachment style. Okay, because I don't know if you ended up watching that stream where I was ranting about Maggie and Jessica, but I also did talk about anxious attachment style and why it's so terrible to deal with. Anyway, but I'm on the upside of that. I'm doing my best to regulate that. But anyway, I think that and once again my mom is not a bad person. She's not the villain, whatever. She's just shaped me to who I am, and maybe most of those reasons were never positive. But let's pause. Um, that is certainly the reason why I am the way that I am in terms of most relationships, because there will be kind of a general. I'm fixing this now to know that these things aren't required or whatever, obviously. But I had to kind of condition myself to shit notice what was normal and what was not normal, just on a day-to-day, hour-to-hour basis. And any slight change, at least with my mother, genuinely meant uh, a mood shift. And I'm having to fix that within myself, that is not what everybody does, you know. But that is 100 billion% where that stemmed from. I'm quite certain of it now. Yeah, has to be. But yeah. But yeah. Hmm. Did I just crack the code? Dude, who needs therapy when I can just walk through everything that's wrong with me? Hold on. Hold on. Um what else? But yeah, no, that has to be the reason I'm so observant. That has to be the reason I'm able to read a room so quickly and so accurately. But yeah, W psychology. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Like you know, yeah. Being with somebody so much, you will see the negative or the worst sides of them. 100%. Yeah. I would never judge your parents, you know? I would never do that. But um but yeah, no, it's like you spend so much time with these, like, not to like seem so uh what's the word I'm thinking of? Not to seem so robotic about it, but you're basically thrown into the world with two random people that birthed you, and you're just brought up into the world around these random people that you have no idea who they are until you become cognitively, you know, developed. And these random humans get to decide, or try to decide, what kind of person they want you to be. And let's just be real. Everybody has their negative, or, ugly sides that they don't love showing. They don't love being seen by people, you know? But when you have this kid around you 24/7, it is quite literally impossible to hide this side of yourself, unless it is like dealt with in the proper way, where you like apologize and um make it known that that's not what should be happening. You know what I mean? And I think so. Okay, let me just this should be something that we should be talking about in person, but I'm doing it now because I might not be able to put the pieces together if we were sitting next to each other with Margs. But readdress this if you would like, or if we get back to that. But I think that's also one of the reasons why I'm so, like, it's such a shrug off for me when people apologize to me, or maybe it's like it's not a shrug off, like I don't care about it, but maybe it's like I never expect somebody to apologize for the way that they're acting. So it's so, yeah, like hard to accept apologies in a way, or just like hard to hear them and believe them, because let me say this, and again, my mom is not a horrible person, whatever. I don't have to keep referencing this because I know you don't, you know, think about it that way. But when my mom would come out of these bad moods or these bad like downs, and I would, bring her out of it, or try to bring her out of it, she would never ever apologize for that. She would never be like, "I'm sorry for how I acted. I'm sorry for, you know, being so like shrug off of you. I was, or whatever. Sorry for being uh so strongly negative that it was changing the room." There was never, even to this day, there is still never that. And I don't know if she knows that she's doing that, or if she appreciates it, or if she even sees it as the way that I see it. But I think that is generally why I'm so like, oh, it's whatever. It's what I do. It doesn't, you know, because I never once got a thank you for it or an apology for it ever. For the things that I do when it comes to helping people or supporting people or helping them out of bad moods. You know, not a W lighting. No, I look so yellow. What the fuck? But anyway, yeah, that's got to be a reason for it too. Is I'm so used to being on such a mental fight or flight response to get somebody else out of their shit, and never getting actually any recognition of it, that I just don't even accept it because I'm just not used to that. And it's never been recognized or like appreciated in the way that it likely could be. Does that make sense? Like, yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to get better, obviously, you know, but it is like I do those things for the people that I care about, and more often than not I don't expect an apology because it's like that's what I do. You know, that is what I have been figuring out how to do my whole life. So, it's just what it is. It's just what it is. And I have to tell you that, even talking about this, it is really refreshing, at least somewhat, at how like grateful you are, or say that you are, when we talk about these things, you know. But yeah, I really appreciate you. Um, but um, we can talk about this more a little bit. But to get back to Sunday, um, so my mom, like, okay, not to make me sound like a 12-year-old. Okay, sometimes when I come home for the weekend, I bring my laundry, and because she is doing the family's laundry, she I really appreciate that. I do. Thank you. Um, but so back to me being a 12-year-old. I would bring my laundry home, and she would just throw it in with everything else, and it wouldn't be any kind of issue because it would be the same amount of loads basically. But she made this joke because she was going to be in Des Moines or Ankeny or whatever all weekend. That she was like, well, if you're going to bring your laundry home, you better do it yourself or teach your father how to do the laundry. So I did do the laundry while I was home. Didn't need my dad's help, but he watched, or something. But not that he's incompetent. He could figure it out. He just normally doesn't. Anyway, but after she got home, there's kind of like this grace period where I'm like testing the waters, and I'm kind of just like seeing how she reacts to me trying to strike up casual conversation. And I think I made some sort of joke about, oh, my laundry's basically done, and she was like, did you like this is where okay, not that this is how mental this not that this is how human interactions go, but this is how I knew that I had her, and I knew that I could get her out of this mood. Is she went, did you actually do your laundry? She like said it in a tone with a little bit of a smile or a joking tone at the end, and I was like, oh yeah, oh, I got you. I got you now. I know what the fuck, you know. I don't look at every social interaction like that, but with her, I know when I'm close, if that makes sense. But yeah, so I lean into that, and crack shitloads of jokes about it, whatever. And then she starts talking, and then as she gets more talkative, everything becomes fine because she like, as I said, she just lets herself boil and doesn't actually wait. Repeat what you just said. Okay, wait. How far back? How far back? Um. Oh yeah. So she asked me if I like actually did my laundry, and she said it in like a joking tone and like actually like smiled while making the joke, and I basically was just like, I know I got you. Like you just took the bait. You just took the bait into actually enjoying your time here. Freaking idiot. So then I lean into that joke and just kind of start cracking shitloads of jokes about it just to bring up the morale. And then she starts becoming more talkative. Exactly, got him. And then she gradually starts becoming more talkative, but and then she eventually starts ranting. The thing about why do I have 4 viewers? Can I stop getting viewers when I'm ranting about my family, please? Jesus. Anyway, doesn't matter. Who cares, right? What if I go viral for this? God, that would look so bad on me. Jesus. Yo, can we get everybody who's watching this except for Sammy to leave, please? Can't lie. Give the people what they want. All right, fuck. Anyway, so um yeah, so I don't I think hmm, I don't know why she thinks that she has to dance around her discomfort to before she starts actually ranting about what is bothering her. Like she will like let it simmer until I can get her talking, and then she'll start spewing what's bothering her. And then it's just kind of like from there it's just like, well, why didn't she just say that in the beginning? You know? Why didn't you just say that and immediately start ranting? That's what everybody does anymore. And everybody's okay with it because it makes sense. Like I don't know. I don't know what kind of like scenario she thinks is built in our house that doesn't allow ranting like that the second you walk into the house. As long as you're not projecting the negativity onto the people that are just there to help you. Yes, yes, it's okay. Of course it is. It is literally always okay to have bad days, and it is always okay to talk about it. Exactly. Exactly. The number one thing that I think changed me as a child is the fact that the issues that were other people's were projected onto me, or like not necessarily taken out. That taken out sounds like it's abusive, but like mentally or environmentally taken out on me. Okay, if that makes sense. But I think that is what 100% made me who I am in a general sense. Anyway, but yeah, she just starts talking about how um how the sisters weekend went like kind of shitty, and it's like fine, it's literally like fine because we're all there and we're all down for the fucking gossip always. Like my dad's a fucking diva. I've you know I know the ways. Nobody's gonna fault her for any of that. So she just starts talking and keeps on talking, and she's cracking her own jokes, and then she's kind of getting worked up, but that's okay. Like exactly. You're allowed to get worked up. You're allowed to feel upset about these things, but it's like seriously, like just talk about it, and it makes everybody else's mood calm down. Unless you're saying something that gets us all worked up, but at least we're together on it, right? But like the second that you stop making it a you on us problem and make it into a you with us problem, that's when it shifts, and that's when it's better for everybody. You're letting us experience your problem so that we can help you, or at least help you talk about it. It doesn't have to be you versus us. It's never that. Anyway, but yeah, she just keeps talking about the sisters weekend and how it didn't work out. The plans didn't go. The plans went fine, but my mom was doing like the hyper aware thing where she's trying to keep track of everybody and trying to like be in control of the scenario, which is totally valid. I'm kind of that way. That's just why I don't travel in groups. you know, I couldn't do it because I would probably play the same role that she does, but I would certainly regulate myself in a different way. Anyway, but yeah, no, she would just rant about how things were, you know, not perfect, or some of the things that people were saying were kind of slightly offensive to her, but she would continue to just like not say anything about it, or whatever. And the point is that she was ranting to us about it, becoming more talkative and easing her own stress just by talking it out. She had to deal with s- six other people for a whole weekend, and that is like not my mom's thing. I've kind of told you this. That's just like, obviously they are her family, but I think the only people that my mom considers as a safe space is me and my dad, and that's about it. Like a safe space to just talk about what's pissing her off or anything like that. You know, which sucks because sometimes she doesn't even act like that. You know, and that's something that I've had to learn and figure out how to deal with and shit like that. But um but yeah, like, and then it was like fine. Like, not to not to phrase it this way, it sounds mean, but literally like bomb diffused. Like genuinely everything is fine now. W fixed by Thomas again. but but yeah. Yeah. So I'll get off my soapbox for a sec. Oh wait, no, I'm back on it. I'm back on it. I've stepped I stepped off and then back on for half a second. Back to the first thing that I said about it that kind of led into this whole talk is the way that my dad reacts to when my mom is in these bad moods. And that's because he sees it as a like okay, how do I say this? Let me like think for half a second before I articulate it. I believe he views the issue being taken out on him as um he like takes a very defensive approach to it and will kind of be like this, well, what the fuck, there's nothing I can do about it, you know. God, she's in a bad mood again, oh fuck, what are we gonna do, you know, I can't do shit about it. And I like, look, my parents love each other, but if they ever get a divorce or get into major fights, it's gonna be over something like that, because the you know, the fact that my dad doesn't see that opportunity as or like understand that opportunity as like a, okay, well, I just need to be a little bit more delicate and ease the issue out of her, but instead he takes this really offensive slash defensive approach where he will be equally as pissed off for no reason, just because she's pissed off, he's now pissed off, and then they just sit there in silence and don't talk until one of them is forced to talk. Yeah. Well, and okay, so slight difference again. Yeah. No, totally. And maybe I just don't know exactly the full history, and maybe that's exactly what's happening. You know, we are the same guy, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's what is happening. But you know, it just seems like now my dad just doesn't know how. But maybe there was a time where he was able to and did do exactly what I do now. You know, but yeah, no, it is 100% a long time, and but you know that like I don't know, it's you know, you would understand this better than anybody else that I could explain this to. But you know, it's just like when there's good days, they're good. When there's bad days, it is a total fucking mess to deal with, and I hate having to sit in that environment. You know, luckily I've grown up with it, so I know basically every single fucking flowchart answer on how to fix it, almost always. You know, but it is still so it doesn't make me happy that I know how to do all these things. It makes me happy that I can make her feel better, but I don't like approach those scenarios in a positive way and be like, yes, like exactly dialogue tree, like not that my mom is an NPC, but you know, it's like I know exactly what to say and how to say it, or what to ask and how to ask it to get the problem out or to get the issue out, you know? And yeah, and it doesn't make me happy that I know how to do all these things. It makes me happy that I can make her feel better. But yeah, I don't know. It is increasingly difficult sometimes. But I don't know. It's tough. Um But oh yeah, so like on a slightly more positive note, but like not a um, trauma note, I guess. Yeah, my mom was just like she was like ranting about it, and she was like, "Oh my god." Like let me just say the words, and then I'll like talk about why it's so wrong. But she was like, the way she asked it was so um like offensive, not like offensive to me, but like offensive, like on the offense, I guess. What am I saying? What are the words that are coming out of my mouth? But she was like, is it like a generational thing that people care so much about trauma? And I kind of went, um, yeah, yeah. I mean, it totally is. And then I had to just like kind of walk her through the idea that mental health wasn't a fucking thing when you guys were kids. Nobody gave a shit if you were depressed because that's, you know, if kids were depressed back in that day, they would be given brain numbing drugs and or sent to a ward of some kind, you know? Mental health was not given the time of day back when you guys were kids. And now that people know that that's why people are killing themselves and shit like that, people are thinking. I didn't say those words. I didn't say that. I'm paraphrasing at this point. But, now that things are happening and people are doing things because of it, yes, people are focusing on mental health and their trauma and why people are the way that they are based on this trauma. And I kind of had to like talk. I had to like explain to her while tiptoeing around everything that I just told you that trauma will it's it is something that will linger in you and will pop out in certain scenarios, and most of the time it is kind of like a survival response where it's happened before, and the way that you react to it is the way that you react to it. And um like it's and I was just kind of like, yeah, and trauma affects everybody differently. Like personally for me, I like I had to essentially say to her that I don't have any trauma, or don't have much of any trauma. And I was like, and I believe that trauma should be like something that you are mentally aware of, but um W sugarcoating, like genuinely. It's like so serious. But I had to be like, I personally don't let trauma like control my actions in a sense. I don't let it limit me from doing things, but the way I trauma essentially just shapes you as a person, and that is, you know, where how it's mostly thought about in this generation. I think in your generation, and that's when I like looked at and or suggest or suggested to both of my parents, and I was like, that's where your generation just kind of had the uh you know well, that's how you grew up kind of thing, you know like I was basically like sprinkling the fact that they have trauma, they just don't think of it like that. That's exactly what the difference is. People and old boomers and even millennials or whatever generation my parents are think that mental health is some sham, and whatever all the or not they don't sorry they don't think it's a sham or anything like that, but it's like they don't value it as much. And that's literally just because they've been told that these things that cause them to have these views on life and these views on people or whatever is just life. They've been told that, you know? And the younger generations are now being told, no, that really shouldn't have happened to you. You know, here's what we can do to make you feel better. Here's what we, whatever. That is the main difference. And the older generation doesn't understand that all the issues that these same old people have just didn't see the light of day, and they kind of just get integrated into these people and are just told that that was just life, you know? And in the newer generations now, it is actually valued as a thing that has affected you and changed you in a way that might be positive or negative. Most of the time negative, you know? And and they were just kind of like, yeah, yeah. I mean, sure. And it's just like, I don't know. It's like I am not wrong in that statement. There is no way that I can be wrong in that statement. But or I don't know. Maybe I overgeneralized, but still, like, I don't know. I think it was literally just, it's just that is they were just told to deal with it, and now that there are ways to deal with it, they are being used, and the older generations don't get it because they're like, oh well, back in my day, we just had to bite our fucking tongue and go about our day. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. I don't know. I don't know. I like I don't have a lot of, like, let me phrase this while also being like mindful in a sense, because I know that there are, obviously, as I've just described, there are a lot of things that have shaped me, but I do not have anywhere near the amount of trauma that a lot of other people have. But it is still always like, how do I say this? Yes, 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 exactly. Like, I think the generations just don't understand that now that there's a way that it can be fixed or dealt with, we can take that and it will make us better, you know? Yeah, it that is the older generations just like, they simply just don't get it, and it pisses them off, I think. And that's kind of my take. But I don't know. You know, I think that the way that my um trauma or experiences have shaped me have just made me increasingly better at doing certain things. It doesn't necessarily cause me to, like, have any super physical reactions to it, if that makes sense. Like I don't get, or like I don't um like freeze up or anything like that. I don't like do that, or I don't um start breathing super heavy, or anything like that in reaction to these things, at least as far as I know, as far as I can think about it now. But I it's just like the the older generations just like aren't mindful about how mental health works, or just like they didn't give it a single second thought that these things that happened to you when you were young affected you and they made you into this person, and how the general public told you to react to these things also shaped you and your attitude towards this issue. I don't know. I think boomers, or anybody that's like an adult these days that didn't grow up in this shit, or didn't grow up in this kind of thing. Yeah, okay. Well, I'll finish this point and then I can talk about it, I guess. I don't know everything, but it's just like, I think all of these older generations just need to be somehow given a crash course on this shit, but somehow make all of them actually listen and don't fucking, ugh, we got to learn about this shit again, you know, because that's exactly what they do. Anyway, my mom grew up with, like, my grandparents on my mom's side are like farm parents. They are like the meat and potatoes every day, just do farm work, and that's about it. She went to school and all that, of course. My mom is the youngest child, but I guess evidently now, apparently isn't doesn't get the youngest child treatment, I guess. They're just like me. Okay. No. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Meat and potatoes, meaning, yeah. At least I season my food. At least I season my food. That's another thing about my mother that my dad has tried to work out of her. Anyway, we could talk about that on a way different time. That is not even need to be addressed in this conversation. But the way that, but whimsy. There you go. There you go. All of that, all of those things, but I'm way happier. I can guarantee that. I can guarantee that. Anyway, um, so uh, so yeah, the way that my mom talks about the way that she thinks that I know this sounds like a stack on stack of descriptions, but the way that I see that my mom thinks my grandma views her is that she like doesn't understand it. She's like ranted to me and dad several times about how her mom doesn't understand what she does for work and doesn't try to understand it at all. She's, not to dox, but she is like, you know, the vice president of a construction company, but is also a contractor for construction jobs, which essentially, in the most basic terms, means that she deals with a lot of paperwork, one, and two, has to organize and plan these sometimes massive construction jobs. Like, not, this wouldn't be doxable, but there's like a hotel going up in the middle of my home city or my hometown, and she is at the base of it responsible for most of the things that happen at that job. And that is why she is seen as such a feminist icon to the people of my town, because her like motto, I've told you this, her motto as a work, or what she would tell people when they asked her how she or what she did for work, is that she would say that I get to tell men what to do all day. And love her, icon, whatever you want to say. Um, but she has like always said that my grandma just doesn't understand, and she doesn't try to understand. And I think that she like my mom has never once ever um talked about her past. I know there's something there. I know there's something there, but I don't think that she will ever tell me until I'm like out of college. She has implied several times that she like was not doing well in college mentally and grade wise. Like, but she has not um gone any deeper on that, and I don't think that she will until someday where I ask her about it and then it all comes flooding out. We'll see. I don't know when that day is. I don't know that I want that day to be anytime soon, honestly. But I am quite certain that my mom has had a history of depression and stuff in college, and that is like, well, speaking of, holy, sorry, but it's like, how do I say this? But it's like she like will talk, or at least the first few semesters of college, she would like talk to me in a way um like she was worried that something would happen to me that she seemed to know a little bit about. I knew exactly what was going on, you know. Anyway, it's that time of the night. Put a little pause on the story. Anyway, but yeah, like my mom grew up in a basically like farm life with three other sisters. All the other sisters had a lot going on, apparently, or at least they do now, at least. Um, but apparently, college, based on what I can read about her, college was probably not the best time of her life because I mean, my dad and her had complete opposite life experiences. We'll get to my dad in a second, but um, but yeah, I think, I mean, my mom has made herself successful, of course, and all of those things, but I don't think she exactly grew up in a bad household, from what I can tell. I mean, obviously, her parents are still in her life, all of that. Her parents are still together. The family's a bit of a shit show sometimes, but what family isn't, you know? I'll say it. But yeah. Anyway, if you want to know more, um, just say so. But I'll talk about my dad for a second. Um, my dad quite literally probably lived the opposite life of my mom. Like he grew up with just a sister, and his dad, my grandpa, you always do. If yeah, no, like I mean, if you have other questions, just say. But um, but yeah, my dad basically lived like the opposite life. My grandpa at that time was like either the CEO or the CFO of um some massive steel company or steel door company for the town. Lots of money in there, apparently. My grandpa would apparently, uh, cycle out like Corvettes and stuff. He used to buy a bunch of Corvettes. Never a bunch, because apparently they just, whatever. Story after story about my grandpa's Corvettes. I don't know. Anyway, um, had just a sister. Went to high school in the 80s. Went to uh, college in the 80s. He was in a frat. He would party all the fucking time. I don't even remember what he majored in. It wasn't like business. It was, I think it was like something like landscape architecture or something like that. But what am I saying? But yeah, no, like complete opposites. I still I don't know. Anyway, I guess going slightly forward, like my dad has quite literally the opposite spectrum of college to what my mom did, at least. I think somehow I have found a middle ground in both of them. I am not in a frat, but I am also not isolated from a good time, if that makes sense. I have my moments. I have my moments. But my mom used to work campus security, and she would, back to my mom, whatever. Who cares? Um and she would like get zero sleep ever. Like she had to be up walking around with a fucking flashlight like it's some old school horror game and just check the buildings and make sure there weren't people just like hiding in them or, whatever. Horrifying sounding job, honestly. But that is what she said that she would do. And she would like sleep during classes to catch up on sleep. She would like find ways to nap in the library because she wouldn't have time to go back to her apartment or her house at the time. Literally sounds miserable. I can't lie. And she knows that. And she knows that. But yeah. No. And my dad was they didn't go to college at the same time, if that's I think they have a big age gap. I think it's like more than 5 years. So they were not in college at the same time. But what am I thinking? But yeah, my dad probably did the bare minimum when it came to academics, at least in college. Now he's good, or at least he seems like he cares about what he's doing and stuff like that. But yeah, the short of it is both of them probably lived the opposite side of the social spectrum. You know, I don't know that my mom was like I don't think either of them were like bullied in high school or anything like that. At least from what I've like picked up on their character or how they react to that kind of stuff. Um, yeah, because my dad was a hockey player. He, fancied himself to be quite the charmer back in the day. I don't know if that's true. Whatever. I think every dad says that about themselves. But yeah, I don't know. I do want to ask you back this question, but maybe that's something we wait to talk about until the weekend where you can actually like talk it out and not type it out, if that makes sense. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for you unless you really really want to. But if you don't really really want to, I would prefer that you explain it in person or something like that. But yeah, I think it like you know I think my dad's at least history and mental health, if that's kind of the root of all of it. Yeah, and that is okay. That is okay. We can unpack that later. I'll mark it down so that I don't forget. but um, but it's so funny. Uh, anyway, but yeah, I think in terms of mental health, uh, they did not like get any kind of recognition for that back in the day. I mean, my dad was in the '80s. That the '80s didn't give a fuck about anything other than doing drugs and listening to rock music. You know, he like that is one of the major differences between my mom and dad. Is my dad like wishes he could. So this is also a big mystery with my mom, and maybe this is something that I need to discover later in life. But it's like my dad will talk endlessly about how he wishes he could go back to the '80s. You know, when he was in high school or when he was in early college or whatever. And my mom does not talk about high school unless you force her to, or anything like that. So there is probably a lot to unpack there, and my mom is 100% in the boat of I dealt with it and turned out fine. You know, so why should I give this any time of day? You know, it also ties into the why I don't tell them shit, which is the other reason that I told you as well. It all ties together onto me bottling up my shit. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, I don't know. Let's just say that it is unfortunate how I got to be the person that I am, or why I am the way that I am, or why I'm able to do what I can do. That sounds so egotistical in like social scenarios. But I gotta say I am grateful for the um how do I phrase this, the qualities that I have. You know, I think it has helped me a lot in getting to know people and all of that, and making, of course, obviously, it made me so funny. It made me so funny. Right. Right. Yes. Yep. People need to look after the funny kids more, dude. That is kind of a serious statement, but yeah, like genuinely. And it's like some of those reels that I've sent you. It's like, who would I be if I didn't, or I would be so much less funny. That is not even the right way to say that. I would not be as funny nearly as. Holy shit! Can I form a sentence? I would not be nearly as funny if I didn't go through that. You know, because I think okay. Let's flip this to make it kind of positive. I think that also made me able to read the scenario very well to be able to make jokes. Sometimes I'm not perfect, of course, but or like read a scenario to be able to make jokes that I'm like quite sure will work. I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't be a comedian or anything like that, but I think I try to have decent comedic timing sometimes. Anyway, and of course it made you funny as well. Don't try to sit here and glaze me, but we can talk about that later. but but yeah. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Um, Glad we got some Minecraft in. I don't know what progress we made. Oh, we got another villager, and we didn't get mending. Next time. Next time. But I know it's close to bedtime for me at least. I mean shit. Good sleep has, you know, shit. It's kind of nice, low key. It's kind of nice. Going to bed last night after the run was good. Can't lie. Cannot lie. But unless you want to stay up and talk for longer, I will let you get to bed. Cuz you know. Oh. Oh. Oh my goodness. Wait, how far are you? I can surely finish. I can surely keep talking. But so close. Okay, okay. But yeah, okay. So not to like um shift the conversation too heavily, but I do think that, and this is so much more positive. This is not a like a another like trauma thing. One big difference between us, I still think about that sometimes, where I'm like, man, what are some things that make us like different, that are like completely unrelated to past or anything like that, is like um music, or at least singing in a private setting or something like that. Do is this too much? Do you shower to music? Cuz I do most of the time. It's not a requirement, but more often than not, if I have the right vibe set, I more often than not. Oh, do you? Okay, okay, okay. No, I'm not lying. I'm not lying here. I wouldn't expect you to lie, but nothing wrong with that. Genuinely, nothing wrong with that. But like, yeah, if I'm in a car and I'm playing a song that I'm like genuinely enjoying and I do know the lyrics, I am screaming that shit. I'm turning the volume up so high that I can't even hear my own shitty singing, and I'm screaming that shit. You know what I mean? Like someday you will see it, and I will catch myself immediately and be like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But um oh, hello dark mode. Jesus. But wait, there we go. That's better. But yeah, I don't personally think I have a good singing voice at all, but that doesn't stop me. Never stops me most of the time. What does stop me is if there's somebody else that could hear it. So so you know. Anyway, but there's one. There's one at least. I think there's a couple more that we figured out um that same weekend, like attachment style and stuff like that. I think we talked about that was different. Um anyway, we don't need to, we don't need to sit here and focus on that, at least not right now. Um but now I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to remember what we talked about first off. Hmm. I can't think of shit right now. I think maybe a lot of the things that we ended up talking about that were different were trauma related. So 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 maybe we don't need to dive deeper into that or dive back into that. At least not now. Cuz, we're out of the rough for at least the night. you know? Oh my god. I just these like images are so fucking stupid, but I love all of them. Oh, hold on. Wait a sec. Sammy, do you know what I'm about to do? This is going to be like a 17-step process, so it's not going to be quick. Huge. oh my god. Nope. Fuck. It's the wrong image. hold on. Hold on. Send him. Um. Hmm. Yo. Hold on. I need to kind of shove him back. Is that? Does that even look? Hold on. Where can this go? Advice, please. Could it go like? Hold on. What if I? Oh my god. W close up. Oh shit. Fuck. Wait. Oh my god. I like that there. I need another one, don't I? Um Oh, hold up, chat. Hold up, chat. Dude. Dude, Sammy, this is fucking adorable. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's fucking knitting. Dude. Dude. Are you serious? This is insane. The eyes are so pretty. Oh my god. The fucking lashes. Queen. literally amazing, Sammy. Holy shit. Wow. Oh my god. Dude, I fucking love everything about this. That's so sick. Holy Picasso in the chat. Yes. Yes, of course. Holy fucking Picasso, holy Van Gogh, who else? Let's name some artists here. Who did the Mona Lisa? I don't know. I don't know. Hold on. Hold on, chat. What? Am I looking? No. No, no, no. I'm not looking up anything. Da Vinci. Oh my gosh. Da Vinci. Oh, yes. Obviously. Um, 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 um. Diego Velasquez. That's basically you. Holy niche pull. I totally knew that off of my off of my head. Oh. Modern day Da Vinci, also known as Sammy. Put some fucking respect. Oh my god, that's so cute. That's so fucking cute. Oh my god. You should. You should. It's so fucking cute. Oh man. Oh my god. Now we're sleeping? Okay, okay. Oh, okay, wait, before we sleep. Your lava chicken song, I did listen to that several times. I can't lie. Like I listened to it several times today because I was just like, this might be funny. Why does it? Genuinely, I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, no, I was planning on streaming tonight already, so I'm just happy um that it meshed with the time, you know. But yeah, no, I listened to it a bunch, and I was kind of like, wait, this Loki does bang. I've never heard this. Like I until you sent that to me, I had never heard that. I think that's something they added into the game, and that's like a music disc you can get. Hold on, wait. Let me see if I can get Minecraft loaded up quick enough to do this. Pause, chat. Pause. Then we'll sleep. Pause. Then we'll sleep. Trust. I think it's like a music disc in the game that you get if you kill a chicken jockey. Trust. Trust me, I might know what I'm doing. Or we can just go into creative. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, did I just close Minecraft? No. Please show up on screen. Huge, 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 huge. Can you hear audio? I hope so. Oh my god. Lava chicken. Wait. Uh. Do we? Is the audio high enough? I hope so. Oh my god. Dude. This is so fucking funny. Don't they dance? Wait. Don't they dance to music? There's some bird that does that. They're supposed to. Maybe I have to restart it. I don't want to restart it. Dude, the fucking beat drop. Dude. Oh, okay, wait. We need to maximize dance output here. I can't even tell if he's tamed yet. Holy shit, y'all. I don't know if y'all have to be sitting, dancing, or what. Or sitting, standing. Please, 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 please. Oh my god. It's peak. It's peak. It's peak. Oh my god. Yes. It's all peak. Oh my god. Oh, wait, shit. Oh my god. Yes. Yes. Always. Wait. Hold on. Yes, we have to make some pigeon or some parents dance. Okay. Sorry, right before the beat drop. I apologize. Hold on. I just figured out another thing dances. Possibly. I had to look it up. We'll see if this even works. Oh, they are like weird. Hold on. Okay. Oh my god. They be twirling and shit. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude. These guys are just fucking chilling. Okay, wait. Okay, guys. Everybody sit. Everybody sit and stay and stay and sit. Why that one kind of hitting it? They're always hitting it. Hold on. Everybody's dancing. I don't care. Hello? Holy greedy. Hello? Oh my god. Brother. Oh my god, it's peak. Oh my god, it's peak. Oh my god. It's literally peak. Oh my god. No words. Just joy. Look, he's over there. He's still twirling. Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude. I couldn't plan this if I wanted to. This is so funny. Okay, wait. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Wait. I want to try some stuff out. Because I was told you only get this disc if you kill a chicken jockey. And now they are like actually a rare thing. So I don't know if you can like spawn one or not, you know? But I want to try just in case. But if anything, I don't know that there could be a better way to end your night than watching that. I mean, that just brought up all the morale, I think. Just pure joy coming out of this game right now. W Creative Builder, what the fuck am I doing? You've been joy maxed. That's unfortunately a consequence of coming to this stream. Hold on. For real. Can you spawn a chicken jockey in Minecraft? Okay. I don't... Oh, that's not good. Hold on, guys. Everybody calm down. Everybody calm down. All right. Everybody calm down. All right. Everybody chill out. Please. Oh. Oh, where'd the fucking chicken go? Oh, there he is. Guys, hop on. Oh no. Not the baby. Hold on. It said that I can... Incorrect argument. Fuck. I just copy and pasted that straight from Google. Hold on. Hello. Oh shit. Hold on, guys. Try, please. Okay. Well, Unfortunate, truly. How to summon a chicken jockey bedrock/Java. I just give me the command. I don't want some fucking command block bullshit.
We really needed that power slide.
Let's see your Firefly kill. Hello everybody, welcome back to and Minecraft. If I activate it,
it is just on a command block. I'm not. I am 100% confident, and you can quote me on this if I'm wrong. I'm 100% confident that if you find a chicken jockey and kill it, it drops this music disc. We could, on the other world, we could either do a couple things. We could make a whole area dedicated to this whole deal and just get one from creative, or we can like make it the life's work of the world to kill a chicken jockey and get this music disc. Doesn't matter either way to me, but I think we do need to listen to this more often because it's hilarious and I love it. But we can cross that road when we get there. We can cross that road. But in the meantime, old-fashioned way. Yeah. Bang. Bang, 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 baby. Let's go. I love it so much. Oh, fuck. That's on me. That's so on me. Hold on. Hold on. We need to relabel this world. There we go. But this means that we definitely need parrots in the other world, too. We will get there, though. We'll get there. Yes. We can get parrots. Yes, we do need to sleep. We need to sleep. Hold on. I'm glad you had fun. I knew it would be... I knew it would be in the game. I was pretty sure. So, I'm just glad it worked out. I'm glad it was as hilarious as it was. Yes. I'm glad. I'm glad. That is... Oh, man. That was such a good bit. I loved the shit out of that. But yes. I'm glad it made your day better, you know. That's all whatever. Good night. I'm going to end stream and go straight to bed. Yes. W stream. W stream, chat. W stream. All right. Talk to y'all tomorrow, probably. See y'all then. Okay? Peace. W stream. Peace. Talk to y'all later. Bye.